smart spot. The 2013 Ivy League Player of the Year at the University of Pennsylvania enters the game. Shep, you're an Ivy League guy. You played at Harvard. Good soccer played in the Ivy League.
Yeah, tremendous, and I hated University of Pennsylvania, but nothing against Lacroix. I mean, they play good soccer there, and he's been a great addition to Indy 11.
Now we're into the 90th minute. There will be 5 minutes of stoppage time, so still plenty of meat on the bone in regulation as these two teams look for a winner. If not, 30 minutes of extra time. And I'll knock on wood as I say it, but possible penalties await. Battling forward along the sideline, ball goes out to Indy 11.
Well, everything, Bill, gets magnified at the end of a game and stoppage time. Every player on the field knows one mistake.
They'll bring it back because that restart came before referee Alan Chapman was ready for it. It's good news for the Cosmos because Indy 11 had bodies flying forward there.
Yeah, they did, and I started to say one mistake or that moment of magic.
Yep.
There are big-time players on this field who right now are taking a deep breath saying, let me take this on. Let me get the game winner.
It's a free kick. Falvey is forward from the back. Front post, side, deflected it just wide, but it bounced off a Cosmo, so corner kick coming. Another set piece for Indy 11 in the 92nd minute.
That could have been catastrophic for New York. Jimmy Maurer would have had no chance. It was deflected, but wide of the post.
Here it comes again. Back post, looking for Falvey, defended away. Broad on it. Tries to cross it through, out. Off of Indy 11, goal kick Cosmos. They survive the pressure, 92 minutes deep. Checking again with Tina here in the 93rd minute.
Bill, as these two teams prepare for extra time, which it looks like we could be entering into that, Indy 11 has brought out the bananas. You have to wonder if these players would ingest them after the regulation time before they go out for the extra time. Back to you.
Got to get that potassium. 93rd minute. Right now, Indy 11 and the Cosmos knotted up, nothing. Goes down to Flores on the flank. Flores, cross, dangerous, Diosas! Oh, just wide! That's a heck of a chance in the 93rd minute, Chip.
Well, we talked about a moment of magic. How would that have been for young David Diosa? Does a good job doing a 180, turns around, whips out the right foot, and just goes by the near post.
It's a great job winning that ball by Diosa. Substitute in the 72nd minute. Cosmos' best chance in half two. About 90 seconds or so scheduled left in stoppage time here. Time for one push or two pushes each way. Ochieng guard side. Drops it back. Ubi Parapovic keeps it at his feet. Here's Lacroix fresh into the game. Trigger it forward again toward Lacroix. Ochieng, a Cosmos second half substitute, clears it out. About 60 seconds or so to go. Lacroix gets away with some contact. Played it up off the hand of the Cosmos. Moffitt, handball, free kick, Indy 11 in the dying moments of regulation.
Well, you talk about tension and drama. It'd be catastrophic to give away a goal now by either team.
This will likely be the last foray forward in regulation. Nemanja Vukovic, 32-year-old, back on the ball. All the big targets are up there, Shep.
Yeah, and he really wants to put this ball right around the penalty spot between the back line and the edge of the 6.
Drives it toward goal. Ochieng a header. Ubi Parapovic chips it forward. Flag stays downside. Couldn't pull the trigger. He was ruled onside, but that play will do it for regulation. 90 minutes, not enough. 0-0.
Jimmy Maurer still talking to the assistant referee. Thought there should have been a flag up. I'll tell you what, boys, don't worry about the ref. Don't focus on the linesman. For Indy 11 and New York Cosmos, it's your game to win or lose.
So 2 15-minute extra time halves coming up to settle the NASL champion as the Cosmos and Indy 11 are tied at 0-0. It's been a great game so far between the Cosmos and Indy 11. Extra time is coming up next.
Miss Lee, this is Agent Williams from the tax office. Our records show an unpaid balance on your account. If you don't pay by end of day, you'll be facing jail time. Well, the fastest way to fix this is with a prepaid debit card. Can you go get one now? Yes, and we want to clear this up. If you just buy that prepaid card, put $400 on it, then call me back and read the numbers to me.
The moment they ask for a prepaid card is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamowareness.org.
Well, we had a feeling 90 minutes wouldn't be enough to separate the New York Cosmos and Indy 11 in the NASL Championship final with Shep Messing, Tina Servasio down on the sideline. I'm Bill Spalding. Glad to be with you. These teams refueling here as we head to extra time. Scoreless game, Shep, but not for lack of chances.
Yes, the best one during the game for Indy 11. Done smart. Absolutely would have been a golazo. And then David Diosa does a 180 and whips at it with the right foot, just goes wide of the post.
That came in stoppage time, would have won it for the Cosmos. Instead, we have a half an hour at least to play, 2 15-minute halves, and just like international soccer, no golden goal. We'll play the full 30 minutes. If still tied, penalty kicks will decide this year's champion.
Well, the first thing, Bill, for both teams, all players, don't be thinking about penalty kicks. As soon as you start looking ahead, bang, it's in the back of the net. So Indy 11, they've had quality goal-scoring opportunities, not the least of them by Don Smart. New York, I thought, had the better of the run of play. We talked about a very high-level 0-0 game for 90 minutes. We've seen one, and now we're guaranteed drama.
Tina's right in the mix down there. Tina, what are you hearing?
Well, we saw both teams as they came back to their benches take in a lot of electrolytes, take in bananas, energy bars. There was a lot of sports rub being applied to all the players' legs. They were getting stretched out to prevent any cramping. And then when the two captains came together, John Bush from the Indy 11 and the New York Cosmos, Carlos Mendez, they had to flip to decide which goal the teams would take. The two of them hugged and embraced for a while, wished each other good luck. They are very good friends going back to their days playing against each other in MLS. And of course, you have that Queens background to John Bush, and Carlos Mendez hails from Long Island, New York. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, thank you, Tina. And both goalies will be in front of the friendly faces. Bush in front of the Indy 11 contingent, and Maurer in front of the Cosmo contingent. Here we go, first of two 15-minute extra time halves. Cosmos, the defending champs, in green. Indy 11 in their first final in white.
A good report by our Tina Servasio, because John Bush and Carlos Mendez indeed are very close friends. Ships passing in the night. John Bush played for Columbus. Mendez ended up in Columbus playing for the Crew. Very good friends. They've spoken during the week. They speak during the season. Right now it's war between the two.
Those two had some friendly back and forth during the NASL teleconference this week as well. Arrieta applying some pressure, goes down easily. No foul. When the goaltender Bush was giving his scouting report, he said, you know, the guy I don't have to worry about is Mendez. I'm not worried about what he's going to send on me. This is chip forward towards side, flag up, offside.
Right now, Bill, this is about who on the field can seize the moment. They seize the moment, you win the championship. But that becomes a battle of nerves and a battle of ability. There are enough players on both teams that have the ability to make that moment happen.
Remember, Eamon Zaid had talked that big game all week, said championship games lead to big-time players making the plays. He had a great chance early on. He's been quiet since, but you wonder if he's just waiting back there to pounce on something and find a winner.
You know, my theory in moments like this, extra time of a championship, you want to play in the other guy's half of the field. You can't make a mistake there.
This is the captain, Mendez, forward. Wide to Ioze. Here's Juan Arango with a golden ball, make a big play. Cross through, glanced off the foot of Janicki, didn't clear it out. Richter returns it back, and Bush grabs it. A bit of nervy defending from Janicki that time through at the start of extra time. Put me in the mindset of a goaltender right now. Overtime, possibility of penalties, championship final on the line.
Well, again, I alluded to it before. I would talk to myself one time to say, hey, stupid, don't think about penalty kicks. You've got to think about the next 5 seconds. The next play, just take it one by one.
Ochieng, who subbed in for an injured Reversio with a ball over the top. Offside, Arrieta was behind the defense. Reversio injured in the 60th minute. Ochieng came in. David Diosa subbed in for Johandri Orozco for the Cosmos. Two substitutions for Indy 11. Gerardo Torrado in for Dylan Mayers. And then Don Smart left with cramps. He was replaced by Duke Lacroix. We were told Torrado was about 45 minutes fit. He's going to have to play at least 75 after entering at halftime.
Yeah, but I think his passing has been very, very sharp. He had that quick little give and go that set up Don Smart for the crack off the crossbar, and Torrado is dangerous with that ability to pass.
Physical challenge and a foul in a tough spot. Free kick coming for Indy 11. Again, they can move those big bodies forward. Zaid, Braun, Janicki, and Falvey. Vukovic has taken most of these free kicks. This time, Siniša Uviparapovic readies to send one in. Driven up front and cut out. Well covered by Ayoze. Arrieta takes a shove from behind. Foul on Indy 11. Goes against Marco Franco. 5th minute of extra time to 15-minute halves in the NASL Championship final. What can Juan Arango, the MVP of this league, do to create himself some more chances here in extra time, excuse me?
Well, the first thing for Arango to decide is where does he want to play on the field. He could play a little bit deeper if he wants the ball. He could play a little bit higher if he trusts his teammates to get him the ball there. I think really what he's waiting for is one good set-piece opportunity outside the penalty area.
Spring champion Indy 11, fallen combined champion Cosmos in extra time. Big blast from Flores, goes straight off Falvey. Takes a hop down, and that was struck decently, curling wide for Ruben Bover. Now we have Raul next to us up here, played for the Cosmos last year. He was a big fan of the way Ruben Bover played, and he reacted to that strike.
Yeah, Bover has the ability with that left foot to crank from long distance. Look, Bover can always say he won a championship with Raul. He liked to say he won another one with Arango.
Cosmos won last year's final against Ottawa Fury FC. 3 of those Ottawa players are now on Indy 11. Here's Torado, slides one forward. Zide trying to step his way around the defense, and he was canceled out well. Bover came back. He had some help from Moffitt.
That's good collapsing defending by New York, because it was Torado with the passing that started the attack.
Like you said, so good passing in tight spaces when there's traffic just outside the box. Here's Diosa, who has as fresh of legs as anybody on the pitch. He entered the game in the 72nd minute. Tries to run past Franco and touched it too far out in front. So the Indy captain Falvey clears it, but only for a throw-in. They will hold play because there is an injured player on the pitch for the Cosmos. Looks like Moffitt mentioned Raul, the legendary Raul, who won a championship in his final year as a pro with the Cosmos.
Class act, world-class player, sitting with family and friends. Alfonso Mondello next to him on the right side.
Reach out and say hello, Shep, just off to your left there.
A little chit-chat after the game.
Now, this is Moffitt down on the pitch, and he is such an important player. 8 goals this year, but does so much more as the back midfielder in the Cosmos formation. Yeah,
the comparable player is Brad Rain for Indy 11, and they've both done a superb job sitting in front of the back 4, protecting those 2 central defenders.
Ayoze accelerates, gets it wide. Arango catches up to it. Arango's cross out for a corner kick, Cosmos. Midway through the first of 2 extra time halves. Cosmos looking to strike. Ayoze to take the corner. Bends it, top of the box, and Richter couldn't quite connect. Now Duke Lacroix spins it the other way. He has fresh legs as well. Lacroix, a substitute, cut off by Moffitt, who looks okay after the minor injury a minute ago. Cosmos back forward, pass to the wrong side of Jairo Arrieta, and Janicki bumps him off the ball. Lacroix forward, knocks it out for a throw.
Well, tired legs make mistakes, and let's see if that's how this game is determined. Tim Hankinson ready to go to his bench again.
Be the 3rd and final substitute for Indy 11. Ayoze cuts back. This is Arango. Arango again in the center of the midfield. David Diosa, just 23 years old from Colombia. Now Ayoze. Cosmos playing possession. They've had most of the soccer ball for the really entirety of the second half and most of extra time as well. Bovair slides one forward. Arrieta turn and burn. It's going wide. Bush took no chances there.
Well, we talked about it early in the game, Bill, about the 3 states of mind a player has. Number 1, don't let me make a mistake that loses the game. Number 2, let me do my job. And the big players, they step up into zone 3. Let me make a play that's a game changer and a game winner. That's what every player's thinking about right now.
About 10 minutes into extra time, Indy 11 surges forward, ball targeting Braun, and Ochieng handles it. What have you thought about how Ochieng, the young center back, has filled in since Reversio went down?
Yeah, he's a very good player. I think the young Kenyan international has the size, the physicality, the athleticism, and he's good with the ball at his feet as well.
Diosa slow to get up. Substitution coming. He was almost taken off the pitch earlier, and now Sinisia Ubi-Parapovic will come off. Nicky Patterson, the 31-year-old who was also part of the NASL runners-up Ottawa Fury FC last year, will come in, and Tina has more on this change. When
I spoke to assistant coach Tim Regan, he flat out said that Parapovic is tired. However, Patterson brings value. He is very good at set pieces, so they could use him on the field in these certain situations late in this extra time. Bill?
4 goals, 3 assists, and Shep, that's a good point on set pieces, because the way this game has run lately, that may be Indy 11's best chance to score off a set piece.
Yeah, they have the big bodies. Justin Braun really hasn't had a lot of service in the air in the penalty area tonight. And again, only the coaches can be thinking about penalty kicks. They don't want to.
Cosmos and coach Giovanni Savarese still have a substitution in their pocket. Do you expect them to make a change in extra time?
Yeah, I do, and I think Giovanni Savarese is waiting to see what happens the next 10 minutes. You get into the second 15-minute overtime, I think he'll make one more change.
Nicky Patterson works it out for Franco. This is Torado, and the flag's up. Nicky Patterson just into the game, got caught behind the Cosmo back line, and here is that Cosmo substitution. Danny Zetella will enter this game, and he replaces Andres Flores.
Yeah, and that's the substitution I thought Savarese would make. Danny Zetella has big game experience. He's a guy who could shut a game down, but he's also a guy who could get a goal.
Zetella, 29 years old, 4th season with the Cosmos. He's played at every international level for Team USA, including the Olympics in 2008, and 3 caps with the senior national team. Tina was right on that change.
All right, Bill, here's the situation. They were originally going to sub in Jimmy Mulligan. However, Adam Moffat is also cramping besides Flores. So Flores came off. They put in Zetella for him. Moffat's got to stay out there, so they feel that Zetella will give them a little extra security 2 ways on the ball. Bill?
Thanks, Tina. You hear the cramping. We've seen it on both sides, Shep. At the end of the day, substitutions finalized, so these players in here will have to find a way to gut it out for 18 more minutes, their final 18 minutes of this season.
Well, in the old days when I played, there was no nutritional knowledge. I ate cheeseburgers, never got a cramp, but these players are running 7, 8, 9 miles during a game, and the stress, the mental stress of playing in a championship game. Good point by Tina Servasio, though, because with Adam Moffat cramping up, New York plays with 2 holding central midfielders, Bovair and Moffat. Bovair really not a defender, although he's gotten better at it. So Savarese needed Zetella in the lineup to sit in front of that back 4.
Janicki clears it away, and Shep, your diet hasn't changed much. I saw you pounding those chicken fingers and potato skins before the match today.
I'm doing fine, and we're in extra time.
Yeah, you must have a great metabolism. 14th minute of extra time, half 1. Another 15-minute half to come. with former Cosmo goalkeeper Shep Messing. I'm Bill Spalding. You've heard from Tina Servasio down on the pitch. We have seen Indy 11 hit the post twice. We have seen the Cosmos miss the net just wide a couple of times over the final 25 minutes of regulation. In extra time, hasn't really been an A-plus chance yet for either side. Iose accelerates. Drop it back, Bovair. Now Carlos Mendez, the Cosmo captain. Comes all the way across the pitch to Ryan Richter. And quite the year for Richter. Started in the USL. As that season was coming to a close, Hunter Freeman left the Cosmos for Miami. Richter has slid right in. This is his 8th game since joining the Cosmos.
Yeah, he's done a great job, Ryan Richter. Made a seamless transition to the Cosmos as a right back. Defends first, but gets the ability to go forward as well.
Free kick coming for the Cosmos. Well, Richter said that the other backmates are so smart, so intelligent, they made it really easy for him to just slot in. It didn't feel like it took much to really get up to speed with this group.
Well, again, the irony, he's playing with the team that beat him in the championship last year.
Now this will likely be the last play of the first extra time half. A free kick for the Cosmos.
Well, these are the ones to watch. In all likelihood, could be a set piece to determine the game.
This is driven in and cleared away. And that's that for extra time half number 1. We've played 105 minutes and still are goalless in the NASL Championship.
Well, we're watching Justin Braun walk off the field, also gingerly holding his left groin, left quadricep. There he is. So it's a battle of attrition. Who can survive and then who can thrive?
Conditions-wise, this is about as good as it could be in mid-November. We had a high of around 60 in New York City today. It's still around 50 degrees, so comfortable weather, but the pace of this game early meant a lot of miles were logged in that first 45 minutes.
Well, again, you're playing in an unfamiliar stadium on unfamiliar surface, and you're running 8 or 9 miles a game with the monumental pressure of a championship on the line, and that takes its toll on your body.
Eamon Zaid on your screen, 15 goals to lead Indy 11. He's had a frustrating game since very early on. He put a shot on target in the first 10 minutes. No threatening touches since for Zaid. How have the Cosmos limited him today?
Well, really, they've limited the service to him, and he hasn't made the best runs, in my opinion. You've got to find the ball, and if you're Eamon Zaid, you've got to find the ball, make a run, create a pocket of space, and hope your teammates get you the ball.
15 minutes of extra time remain. The way this game has gone, do you feel like Indy 11 will sit back and try to play for penalties, or is there too much time for that?
Yeah, there's too much time, and look, the mentality for both teams, I talked to Giovanni Savarese about it last week. He doesn't prepare for penalties. He doesn't want his players to think that way. He wants them to think about winning the game in regulation or in extra time. He doesn't want them to think about it for a second that you prepare for penalties.
Richter. Arrieta. Play on, no handball. Some pressure from Zitella just into the game. Ball's wrapped away, and Janicki finally clears it. He absorbed a blow from Ryan Richter, too. Credit the stamina of both fan bases as well. The die-hard groups behind the goals have not found a seat over the last 2 hours. Janicki clears this one. Marco Franco looking to keep it alive under some pressure. Franco fighting for it with Bovair, and Bovair's tagged with a foul. Indy 11 had chances early, had the best chance of the game in the 77th minute when Don Smart, who's left the game since, rocketed one off the crossbar. Cosmos had 2 chances in the final 10 minutes of half 2. A header for Arango went just wide, and then in stoppage time, David Diosa, a spinning shot from the center of the box just to the outside of the left post.
I still think the best save of the game came early by Jimmy Maurer.
That's 6 minutes in. He stuffed Eamon Zide when he was leaning right, had to go back to his left. It's the only shot on target for Indy 11 today. Glancing header from Arango, and that's easy for John Bush. Well, if you're either coach here, you're pretty happy with the goaltender you have. Both battle-tested for the high pressure that's to come over the next 13+ minutes.
Yeah, I think both coaches are still thinking, how do we find a way to get a goal and win this thing without going to penalty kicks?
Foul goes against Zitella just into the game. Free kick for Indy 11. It was Ring who took the bump, and he has something to say to Zitella. This game started out really physical and chippy. It settled down a bit in the second half. Cross towards side, headed away. Well covered by Moffitt, playing through a cramp.
That's an important clearance by Anna Moffitt because Zide was right there.
You said it earlier, a guy like Zide can go AWOL for 90 minutes and then show up at the end. Braun forward, lets it go and spikes it high. Goal kick, Cosmos.
And I don't say that derogatorily. I played with one of the greatest strikers in Giorgio Canaglia. He was a nightmare. He disappeared, but he scored a goal. And that's what strikers do. They're prima donnas. But if I never think they have to do anything more than score a goal. Don't defend. I don't care what you do. Get me a goal.
Could you sound more like a goalie right now, Shep? In the midfield, Cosmos in green, Indy 11 in white. Cross toward the front post, targeting Diosa, earns the Cosmos a corner kick in the 108th minute, 18th minute of extra time. Cosmos will take their time, moving bodies forward here. Most of these players running on fumes now, 109 minutes in. Justin Braun behind the play, still stretching out his left leg. He won't factor into this set piece. Iose to take it. Bends it, center of the box. Arango couldn't get his head to it. Zitella re-triggers it, back post, header off the post. And a foul on the Cosmos. That was Richter trying to find it, called for pushing off.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Danny Zitella chips that ball in, and it's Richter at the far post. There's the chip by Danny Zitella. I don't think that's a foul. No way that's a foul to me. But the ball doesn't go in anyway. Well, maybe he did have the hands on the back. I correct myself. Didn't see the hands on the small of the back, but just a game of inches.
Foul goes against Indy 11 and Toronto. Well, it's been a nervy match for both of these keepers. Neither has had to make many saves, but they've been fortunate seeing a couple balls go off the woodwork on both sides. Officially just one save apiece for Bush and Maurer. Cosmos couldn't quite keep that in play. Goal kick coming as it went over the top. Let's check in again with Tina down on the pitch.
Bill, Tim Hankinson keeps telling Justin Braun, just stay. He's saying don't chase, stretch it out, do what you can, just stay. He is really struggling out there, Bill.
Remember, both sides out of substitutions, so it's Braun or it's play with 10 men if you're Indy 11 right now.
He's going to stay on the field, but it's basically playing for Indy 11. They're playing 10 against 11, although Adam Moffitt also is hampered.
Foul goes against the Cosmos, free kick coming. 22nd minute of extra time. So 8 minutes plus a little bit of stoppage time separating us from penalties in the NASL final between the combined table champion New York Cosmos and the combined table runner-up Indy 11. They won the spring season. Look at Braun playing hurt, keeps possession. Nicky Patterson, the substitute, wide for Toronto. Now Duke Lacroix, another late substitute, goes down easily in the box. Cosmos take it away. Diosa, Cosmo substitute, slides one forward. Zatella, the freshest Cosmo, in front of Ring. Jairo Arrieta. Duke Lacroix comes back, using that fresh motor to take it away from the Cosmos. Lacroix makes a run the other way. He's up with Braun. Flag is up. Braun was just offside. How about the Jets on Lacroix, who went from one end to the other, past everybody there?
Well, the tension, unbelievable. The atmosphere here at Belson, terrific. And right now, Bill, you're playing not to lose or you're playing to win. Now penalties start weighing on the minds of the players.
This is where the week of heart could tighten up a bit, knowing a mistake could cost them the championship. 7 minutes from penalties. It's a push from Vukovic, and it sets up the Cosmos with a set piece in a very good spot.
Well, it's not as close to goal as Juan Arango would want it, but it's close enough to put a ball in a dangerous area.
Arango, first year with the Cosmos, 36 years old. All-time leader in caps for Venezuela, 5 years with Borussia Mönchengladbach in the Bundesliga.
Well, it's going to be Iose.
He'll lay off the ball for Iose. Does that make you think then that looking for a target here instead of looking to put something on goal?
Well, again, you're looking just for a space. You're looking for a space behind the edge of the penalty area, right around the penalty spot.
Iose curls it in. Well headed by Patterson. Iose do it again once more in front of Toronto. Comes back to Zatella. Cosmos maintaining possession. Had the lion's share of it since a few minutes before halftime, after Indy 11 came out red hot. Indy 11 the front foot early, the Cosmos the front foot since. Both sides though have had some chances to win it. The youngster Diosa. Moffitt's been able to fight through a cramp a few minutes ago to keep giving strong minutes here down the stretch. Too much on that one. Goal kick coming for 40-year-old goalkeeper John Bush. First year with Indy 11, looking to get the young franchise a title in its 3rd season.
Well, John Bush, one of the reasons they're here in this championship game. That man, another reason.
Bush keeps it in play to Nicky Patterson. Moffitt steps up. Long ball toward Arrieta. Jockeying for it with Janicki, and it's a foul against Jairo Arrieta. He has walked the line all day with referee Alan Chapman, and now he earns the yellow card.
Yeah, and Alan Chapman gave the hand signal, persistent infringement, repetitive tactical fouling. I think Arrieta is always a battler. He's always feisty. He's like a little pit bull, but I think he's taken a beating as well. I don't think there have been enough fouls called on the players defending him, but that yellow card warranted.
This is served into the box, and nobody close to Jimmy Maurer. First touch he's had in a while here. How tough is it to stay out of your own head if you're like Maurer and you haven't seen much of the ball in extra time?
Well, again, it's just focus. You've got to stay focused on the next play, the next touch.
Only about 4 minutes away from penalties if we don't find a game winner here in extra time, half two. Ryan Richter runs from right back. His cross deflected and out for a throw. Well covered by Nemanja Vukovic. Richter set to throw it in, has targets inside the box. Looks for Arango, and it's headed out. Miscommunication between Ring and Patterson. They collide. Corner kick, Cosmo. It's a big miscue late.
Well, we talked about set pieces, set pieces. How can you find a way to get a game winner? It'll be Ayoze taking the in-swing over the left foot.
Seven green jerseys in the box for the Cosmos. Ayoze overhit it, and Bovair runs it down. Can't keep it in bounds. Goal kick. Cosmos do not threat in the 118th minute. And now you see the cramped look of Ruben Bovair. These guys are emptying the tank in the final game of the NASL season. Maybe they needed cheeseburgers beforehand, like you said, Shep.
Yeah, I'm the nutrition coach.
All right, 2 minutes of scheduled time left in extra time, half number two. Likely see a minute of stoppage time as well. Neither side has scored 118 plus minutes in. Didn't look like it would be a scoreless game early. It was a very fast pace, but the game has tightened up the later we've gone. Torado looking for some magic late. Played in towards side, overshot him. Lacroix knocks it down. Lacroix over the bar as he fell to his tush. Goal kick.
That's an opportunity you don't want to give away at this juncture in the game. Good cut back to the right foot, and never going to get that on frame.
Justin Braun was waiting on the opposite post if Lacroix could have slid one through to him. We have played 119 minutes. What a final between the Cosmos and Indy 11. Vukovic shields Diosa. No foul. That was good defense. And a throw in for Indy 11.
Well, Vukovic doing a terrific job using his body as a shield.
Vukovic drills this one forward. Braun fighting through a cramp. Mendez blanketed him. Here's the fresh-legged Danny Zitella. Out for Richter. Arrieta spins, and he's bumped off the ball. Janicki, a clearance. One more push for the New York Cosmos, the defending champs, as extra time winds down. Falvey heads the throw away. And that is that for extra time. We will settle the NASL Championship with penalties.
I said, Bill, no time for any player to think about penalty kicks until right now. Right now, everybody on the field is thinking about PKs. John Bush is having a little fun with the hostile crowd behind him.
Handicap penalties for me. These two keepers, both very experienced in big games.
Yeah, now it's all about preparation, and you can be sure both teams, both coaching staffs, both goalkeepers have done their preparation, and that means studying videotape, understanding to the best of their ability where every player that they're going to oppose has a tendency to go. Do they go low right, high right, low left, high left? And then it's an educated guessing game. Look, all the pressure is on the shooters, not the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers, percentage against them, they feel if they make a save or two, they're a hero. So all the pressure is on the shooters. Those are the guys who are going to determine what happens.
Did you live for penalties when you played in your playing days? Did you look forward to that?
Yep. Absolutely loved them. Love penalties.
Be 5 rounds if still tied. Go to sudden death. Now the question is this something that the coaches have their 5 already, or do you see who steps up in the huddle here?
Well, they have their 5, but you've got to see how they're feeling. For example, Adam Moffett regularly takes penalty kicks for the Cosmos during the regular season, but he's been hampered either with a hamstring or cramps. So Giovanni Savarese is going to say to Adam Moffett, are you okay, because you're one of my 5.
Be interesting to see which way the coin toss goes and what end we shoot at today as well, because remember, the Indy fan base on one side, the New York fan base on the other, so it'll be a hostile side for one of the 2 keepers.
Well, the atmosphere has been great. The Indy 11 fans have been great. Cosmos supporters, 5 points. You kind of figured it was going to come down to this. And Bill, when I met you here at the stadium 3 hours before the game, I think I predicted this.
You did. You said 1-1, so can't give you an A+, but a good grade on your prediction here today.
Yeah, these teams are too good and too evenly balanced. I thought we were always going to penalty kicks.
That was something that you got the feeling these 2 coaches, maybe not penalties, but they expected that there was a very good chance they'd go past 90 minutes. Teams played close matches throughout most of the regular season. 2 teams playing the best soccer down the stretch of the NASL fall season as well. And we will settle the NASL final, award the Soccer Bowl Cup based on penalties.
Now the penalty kicks, Bill, the goalkeepers, it's an educated guess based on a myriad of different things. Number 1, have you studied the shooters? Do you know where they're going to go? Number 2, what's the angle of the approach they take to the ball? And when, as a goalkeeper, you're at the top of your game, can you wait until the last split second to see which way the knee turns, the inside of the knee, the approach to the ball? And the longer you can wait before you react, the better you're going to do.
Kicks will come at the Cosmo end in front of the New York diehards. Looks like Indy will lead things off.
The other thing, just to tell you what a mental battle it is, there have been many studies that say the highest probability for a penalty kick shooter to be successful is for him to kick it down the middle, because the goalkeeper is going to guess right or left. But why don't they kick it down the middle? They're too afraid of how bad it's going to look if the goalkeeper stands where he is. So it's a mind game, and now it's execution.
Nicky Patterson, the first to go for Indy 11. Lost to the Cosmos with Ottawa Fury FC in last year's championship. He can start Indy off strong. Jimmy Maurer versus Nicky Patterson. Patterson beats Maurer, who guessed right.
Absolutely brilliant penalty kick. After everything I said, if you're a shooter, you should be able to point and tell the goalkeeper where you're going. And if you hit it well, he still can't get to it. That's how close you are. That's hit with velocity, ripped into the side netting. No chance for Maurer. Here it is, velocity and direction. Anytime it hits side netting, you've taken a perfect penalty kick.
Now Jairo Arrieta for the Cosmos. Arrieta off the mark, and it's 1-1.
Arrieta's going to go back and tell his teammates, this is what I was trying to do. But you got to be kidding me. You need a little bit of luck. It kisses off the crossbar and goes in.
Here's Eamon Zaid, the most vocal player for Indy 11 leading up to the final. To start round 2. guessed right, it hit the post, and it didn't go! First break goes the Cosmos' way.
We talked about the moment. How about that? Jimmy Maurer, outstretched to the right, gets a fingertip, pushes it off both posts. You gotta be kidding me.
You mentioned if Adam Moffitt was fit enough to take this penalty. He steps up with a chance to give the Cosmos the lead after round 2. Pressure now on John Bush, the 40-year-old keeper for Indy 11. Moffitt puts it in, the Cosmos lead.
That's a big-time effort. Moffitt out of the corner of his eye, hesitating just a nanosecond to see which way John Bush is going, and he pushes it the other way.
And now how about the moxie here? John Bush will take the penalty. Keeper on keeper. Bush on Maurer.
Yeah, John Bush is superb with the left foot. Always been great with the ball at his feet. Big moment.
Bush over the bar!
I'll tell you what, this is for Tim Hankinson and Indy 11 a double nightmare. Your goalkeeper's the one who stepped up, blasted it over the crossbar. Absolute catastrophe. John Bush, great guy, great goalkeeper. Don't want to see it to happen to him, but this is disaster.
How do you regroup if you're Bush now needing to make not one, but maybe 2 stops to save the game?
Yeah, John Bush is only thinking about the next save, but let's be fair. This is absolute disaster for Indy 11. And Cosmos on the brink of an unbelievable season, a championship just within their reach.
Iose for a 2-goal cushion. He's got it. 3-1 Cosmos.
Well, we talked about drama. We talked about theatrics. We talked about tension. We've seen everything in this game. You've got to feel for Indy 11, but for the Cosmos, this is a miracle about to come true.
Nemanja Vukovic must score to extend penalties. Jimmy Maurer, the tender. Vukovic drills it off the back of the net and in. He hammered it so hard, it hit the back post and came out.
Yeah, some of the New York Cosmo players at the midfield thought it was off the post, but watch it. It goes in, hits the stanchion at the deep part of the goal and bounces out. This is still game on.
Ryan Richter lost the Cosmos in the final last year with Ottawa Fury FC. One of the latest additions to the roster. He has a chance to win the Cosmos a 3rd championship in 4 years. Ryan Richter scores! Cosmos still king of the continent. Back-to-back champs.
Got it.
Well, Bill, we see a little bit of everything during the year, during a championship, a semifinals. We knew this game was going to be tight. We knew it was going to be difficult. We just got a picture of Raul right next to us. He celebrated his last year Wanarungo, Jimmy Maurer, they're all celebrating this one. Ioze, fantastic drama. And how about that for irony? Look at the man to put it in. He lost, Ryan Richter, in the championship to the Cosmos last year, plays for the Cosmos now, converts the penalty kick in the anguish of that man, John Bush. That's the agony and the ecstasy of sports.
Let's go to Tina, who's in the mix down on the pitch.
All right, thank you, Bill. Ryan, what was your approach against John Bush?
Just
apologize for the technical difficulties, but Ryan Richter with the outstanding finish. Always tough when it comes down to penalties, but the Cosmos executed perfectly, hitting all four.
Yeah, they really did. We talked about penalty kicks, the mental component, and how about the moment when John Bush had one of the most outstanding seasons ever, 40 years old, an unbelievable leader and goalkeeper, and he takes the penalty kick for his team, sails it over the crossbar. This was a terrific game, Bill. We had chances to get goals during regulation, during extra time, and that man, Giovanni Savarese, every reason to be hugging anybody that's on the field now. But my congratulations to Tim Hankinson, Indy 11, John Bush, the entire team. It's the moment again that seals it. No chance for John Bush.